Greetings adventurers, Frost here. So with Classic WoW just around the corner, I thought it would be a good idea to go over my leveling talents. And so just to get right into it, I start out with Elemental Precision, 3 out of 3, to get that 6% hit. And then I'm going to come over into Frost Warding to get extra armor. For my testing at level 15, it gave me about 4% reduced damage from that armor. And then from there, I go into Permafrost for the extra slow on my Frost Bolts and any slows. And then improved Frost Nova to 2. And 3 out of 3 improved Blizzard. I know a lot of people only do 2 out of 2 so that their Cone of Cold doesn't get interfered and they don't have to wait for the Blizzard to fall off. But I think that extra slow is definitely worth it, and I think that's a lot of issues that some mages are having problems with their mana and like not being able to use enough blizzards because their entire blizzard isn't doing damage because the slow isn't strong enough. But from there I go into Cold Snap, and that helps with if a mob doesn't get, if it resists a Frost Nova, Cold Snap's useful because you can Cold Snap Frost Nova, you can Cold Snap a second Cone of Cold, then Frost Nova, get extra damage, etc. Or Ice Block too, it's just a really nice cooldown, saves you a lot of deaths. And then I go into Piercing Ice just for 1 point. Or no, sorry, I don't go into Piercing Ice for this one because I'm only level 23, so I go into Improved Frostbolt because I'm pulling a lot of stuff with Frostbolt. And then from there, if I'm having a lot of mana issues, I'll go into Frost Channeling for the reduced mana cost. But usually I prefer Arctic Reach to get that extra range on Cone of Cold and Frost Nova. Go 2 out of 2 in there, and then after 3 out of 3 into Frost Channeling. So you'll just go whichever way depending on which one you need more of at the time. And then after that, Ice Block. And then 3 out of 3 into Improved Cone of Cold for the extra damage. And then I come back up into here, and generally I get Improved Frostbolt, but you can also go into Piercing Ice depending on how often you're using Frostbolt to pull. But since you're not 40 yet, I tend to use Frostbolt to pull a lot. Rank 1 Frostbolt, that is. So I'll go 5 out of 5 so I can get that 1 second rank 1 Frostbolt. And then I come over into Piercing Ice and put 2 more. But now we're 40, so I actually respec at 40 because there's some talents that I don't need in here, like Improved Frostbolt. So I only respec once I have my mount. But if I don't have my mount, then I just put my point there, and then I'll generally get enough gold during level 40 to go get my mount, and then I'll respec. So when I respec, 3 out of 3 Elemental Precision, 2 in Frost Warding, 3 in Permafrost, 2 in Frost Nova, 3 in Blizzard, 1 in Cold Snap, and then I tend to go 1 into Piercing Ice, Arctic Reach, Frost Channeling, Ice Block, Improved Cone of Cold, and then I'll come back up, finish Piercing Ice, and then now I go into Ice Shards to just help with PvP a little bit, get 80% Frost crit damage, so that's pretty big. And then I'll come down into Ice Barrier. Now, we want to go down into Arcane Tree next to get Arcane Concentration. However, it's not worth going in just to get Arcane Subtlety and Arcane Focus, so that's going to be 5 levels where you just have those, and then 2 or 3 levels where you only have like a 2, 4, 6% chance of Arcane Concentration proccing. So what I'll actually do is just continue in the Frost Tree until I get to a higher level, and then I'll respec again. Because we've only respec'd 1 time so far, so it's been pretty cheap. The next respec will be 1 gold, because the first one's like 10 silver, I think. So now I'll go in another point into Ice Shards, 5 more points into Shatter, and then now when I go to hit level 47, that is generally when I'll respec. So we'll just take those points out as if we respect, and then those 7 points would go look like that. So now you have at least a 4% chance of proccing Arcane Concentration, and then you do still have reduced resistances and stuff like that. And then at least your Arcane Explosion has a higher hit chance too. So from there, we continue to get 5 out of 5 in Arcane Concentration. And then I go for 2 out of 2 in Wand Spec because I use my wand a lot to finish off packs, and if there's only a few stragglers left, the wands are really nice for that. And then after that, many people are really tempted to go get Arcane Resilience. But Arcane Resilience is actually not that good of a talent. You're not going to have that much intellect. You're going to have maybe 200 intellect if you have pretty nice gear for leveling. So that's 100 armor. It's way less armor than the Frost Warding talent, for example. So it's not really worth it. So from there, you have 8 points left. I just come into here and put them into Ice Shards and Shatter for that extra PvP utility for when people try and jump me. And now you're 58. You only have 2 talent points left. It doesn't really matter where you put them from here. I see a lot of people put them into Arcane Resilience, but like I said, it's just really not a good talent. Like 100 armor is not that much. So generally, I'll just put into Improved Arcane Explosion, and now you're 59, and at 60, you're going to respec. So there you go. That's my talent build. I'll leave a link in the description to the couple different respecs with the talent orders and stuff like that. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you all on Azeroth.